They go for
Good,
the Gatot
Gacha.
Did not expect the Gatot Kacha.
Exactly. You have to expect the unexpected when Coach Kez is in the building.
I don't know. What is a Gatot for? And here it is, another battle between heaven and earth. Can Evos survive and withstand the pressure of the kingdom to force this to a game number 3?
Oh, look at that early pressure from Edok and Rins.
Yikes, man. The fact that there's another additional crowd control tool for the side of RRQ, especially in that combo, right? The twin pillars, Rins and Edok. You get taunted, you get hit with the hailstorm. It's a lot of damage that you have to sustain through. Right. Look at this movement though from the side of Evos. They want to contest early on.
I just want to throw out a fun fact, but this is the worst Ling skin to use in a game because it's very hard to see the visualization of where the blades are going to drop. You'll see it later when he ults, but he's using a special Ling skin.
Interesting. Wow. All right. Let's take a look at the emblems by Indicom though while we do have the chance, because this seems like a high-paced, high-octane game. Agilities for the Pheromones and the Kaja, roaming around. Weapon mastery for the Beatrix though. Seems like they don't feel like they can snowball reliably enough, or they're gonna rely on the Ling to snowball and let the Beatrix handle that late-game damage. But, oh,
Natko dashed earlier, and now he's going to be caught by the taunt as well. Natko might be forced to flicker out. Sutsujin is waiting there. No fracture!
Oh!
Almost predicting the flicker. But Natko will be forced to recall.
But he gets out, right? He used the flicker at the right time, was able to get out. By the way, in terms of emblems, Clockun, Paramis, Lethal Ignition.
Lethal Ignition to just get extra bit of damage in the midst of a quick trade, you know? And by all means, the Ghost Bursters. If you actually use it in a crowd of human beings...
Oh! Natko, no! He survives with the POC! Oh no, the Lethal Ignition's right there! Annabelle coming in, Dreams as well, walking up, they're vitalized. Not enough to keep him alive. Skylar able to flicker out at the top of the blades. Annabelle picking up all the blades, but the flowing blood gets Skylar out, 1 for 1.
That's the nerf onto the cooldown of that dash, man. You see Sutsujin trying to get out of there, but he has to be a bit more careful with how he wants to dash out. He can't just spam it out the same way. And again, with Clockun having a bit more burst of the Lethal Ignition, RRQ now, they gotta be a bit more careful here, because level 4 is up for a lot of the members of Evos.
Meanwhile, you can see both of these mid laners trading it out. Technically, right now, we do see that RRQ is able to clear a lot quicker. And speaking of clearing, man, that damage already early game from the Aurora onto Dreams is going to be a problem. Dreams is already half health, and this is before they go for the setup for the turtle.
Even though there was a level 4 advantage for Evos, they were unable to use it. Despite having a Kaja, you would think that they would be dictating the pace, just forcing to try and get something, anyone from the side of RRQ, but maybe they're not confident about the burst damage. But look at the moves coming in from Rins. No flicker on the Kaja. Oh, Diamond!
Oh, Final Flash cancelled down, now Divine Judgment as well, but the Avatar, the Guardian connects under the back, the freeze with the Bridging Glacier! Even with the Netherrealm, it does not matter! Psychots with Earth Shatter only onto Rins, getting passive down, but now with the Fracture, Psychot should be taken down! That's a double for Sutsujin. Annabelle forced back.
That was such good cover from RRQ.
1 for 2 though. Diamond trying to hunt for the stragglers, but with the fact that the Aurora has the passive, right? It just allows RRQ to get so much more value. Evos were forced to wait around, and this was the power of the Gato we're talking about there, stopping the Divine Judgment from being that deadly of a tool. But look at this, Sutsujin walking into Dreams. Not caught just yet though, no Divine Judgment.
Skylar's gonna be careful. No flicker, he will be taken out. Natko gets a kill.
Wow, the burst damage coming in from Evos certainly still available. And look at that, Natko landing a lot of these skill shots, still doing pretty well. At RRQ, I think they're gonna be forced to play a bit slow right here. They're seeing Evos have the burst potential. With Annabelle already picking up 2 kills, they want to be a bit more careful. They know Annabelle is a very adept jungler in his own right. So now we're gonna see a bit of a break in the action. Right on time for Kent.
Is he there? Does he notice yet?
Not
oh,
yet,
he doesn't
not
know
yet.
yet. I wonder what he's talking about. 3, 2,
What's his nickname? The General?
1.
Yeah, his name is the General.
The General of
He doesn't
RRQ.
know.
Still
He hasn't
waiting.
noticed yet.
No, he's desperately just waiting. And
there.
Ah!
There you go.
Oh, he has something to show. What is this?
What is that?
What is this?
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sweater?
I have a bad... Oh, no, just...
Oh, it's cold.
Oh!
It's cold!
cold up there. Number 1 RRQ.
It's cold on top. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going
Oh!
to M6.
B Kent! Oh, hang on a minute, Dyron.
That's the general right there for you, boys. Dyron surviving in the bottom lane.
Great moment there from the general. And you can already almost hear his voice. He has a very, characteristic voice there, B Kent. Very motivational. All right, with 14 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go for the Turtle. You can see both teams definitely trying to set up properly here.
Oh man, they see Dreams. If we're talking about setup, Dreams, he has a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now. I mean, technically, Beatrix should be... Oh, wait a second.
Edoc's gonna be the one. Oh, final strike from Dyron. Getting stunned down with the Frigid Glacier on another realm. Annabelle winning out the retreat battle. Disaster for RRQ strikes Annabelle. Picking up all the blades on the Skylar, who will be taken out. Just in a snap. Evo's glory. Oh, Dreams canceling the recall. Dyron moving forward, getting the vengeance. Delayed recall. And this is a turret for Evo's glory.
That's a 3-for-0 trade. And, that's what I was curious about, right? Because technically, if you have an Alice in the gold lane, wouldn't you need a little bit more time to get to that power spike as compared to Natko, who now has that BOD?
Oh, close. Almost a steal. But yeah, that's a fair point, Eterna. Usually you would see the team with the Alice take it a bit slow and at least go for fights where the Alice won't be present, won't be required. But RRQ went for it right there. They lost the neutral objective, multiple members, and a turret as well. Definitely a quote-unquote miscalculation. And I think that's RRQ BB in the arena right there.
It's BB8.
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 Her name is BB-8?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
BB8.
Maybe we'll get a BB-8 skin in game.
Oh.
Well, she's here to show support, but Dreams already with the
Bleeding time.
bleeding time. This means that there's going to be more Divine Judgment attempts at least. Oh, look at that, Conceal.
Trying to go for Skylar again, trying to shut him down. Stop him from farming. Edoc doing a good job at zoning them away. His Glowing Blood will be used by Skylar, but he won't utilize the second part of it. Just wants to clear out that wave.
So what is the power spike that we're waiting on for RRQ in terms of items, especially for Skylar? Because we saw the Alice gold lane get to that much damage, but it required time in the hands of Aaron, right? But for Skylar now, how many?
I think a good rule of thumb is 3 item power spikes, but me and Mirko, we kind of tried out a bit of the Alice technology just last night.
I got the wrong emblem. But it was still strong with the wrong emblem, so 3 items. Oh. Edoc, goodbye. Immortality bye. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Rinse the flicker forward, add the Frigid Glacier onto Dreams. I'm not too sure about that. That's the roamer. RRQ HOSHI losing out in the speed fight again. Skylar running away. Natko gunning them down. The flicker from Natko. Who gets taken out as well. What happened to Evos? What happened to RRQ?
There's just so much aggression right there. RRQ, despite the fact that in theory, they want to take it slow. They want to counter-engage. They're the ones chasing. A flicker Frigid Glacier play by Rins. We all know that Rins is an aggressive player that wants to make the plays happen, even when he's on a defensive control mage. But right there, that was just something extra coming out of him. No flicker available, gets chased down. RRQ, they gotta calm down here. It's like the tempo from game number 1 is still in their heads.
They need to before things get completely out of control, right? A 5k gold lead now for Evos at the moment. And a very interesting item build for Natko. So BOD, and then he didn't go for Malefic Roar. He went Sky Piercer?
That's the Sky Piercer abuser coming through. The Beatrix with the Sky Piercer. You have to remember that it does stack up, it does scale. So now RRQ, there's more pressure on them to really not give a lot of these kills to Natko. You're seeing why Natko was willing to flicker forward as well earlier. Those stacks can really be so valuable in the late game. Looking at RRQ, moving on to clear right here. Rins is only on the glowing wand, so by all means, they're pretty far behind. And in the main roles, the jungler, for instance, is 2,000 gold ahead. The RRQ is in a very, very tough spot, especially with that BOD pickup from Annabelle. So much burst damage soon. Even Edoc can't really stay in the front line anymore.
So what would Skylar's next item be? So he has 2, and then straight to Holy Crystal, and that's the power spike.
Yeah.
Or does he still need like Divine Glaive?
Now he does, yes. Now, not Divine Glaive. I think Winter Crown.
Maybe. And you have to remember that I believe when I believe when everyone was playing this Alice, I don't remember seeing a Starlium. But
There was a Starlium.
Was it Starlium?
Yeah.
Okay, well, means that there's going to be more emphasis in actually getting some more of those basic attacks to proc the true damage. So as long as there's a healthy amount of magic damage available for this Alice, it's going to be a lot of healing available. And maybe that could be the extra plan later on, right? Make sure that Skylar in the front line can help out with Edok and be an extra front line, technically, all things considered. But for now, with a 6,000 gold deficit, I think it's a great time for RRQ to actually have some moments like this. And they're very careful with the opening of the map here. Rin spamming out those Hailstorms, knowing it's on short cooldown, making sure that Evos has no chance to snowball even further.
Slow build. But Evos won it slow with a goal lead like this. Hey!
Oh, there's
hey,
R7.
Oh, it's a legend!
That's an
Mr.
intense,
Chip 7!
an intense expression right there.
Chip 7 in the building. I wonder if he can shortcut to the MPL arena.
Oh, be a cool moment. Cool
I want to see
fucking
the moment he realizes.
And we're waiting.
Oh, there it is.
The timing's all. Sorry, R7. Dream just got taken. Oh, okay, maybe with him, RRQ's got a big avatar. R7 shows up and suddenly RRQ want to go for the fight. NFL, no time to play. It's Edok with Revitalize, unable to survive. Rins with the flicker forward. Now it's Psychots punishing Sutsujin. Skylar getting some HP back, flickering out to safety. Tyrant able to escape.
Natko actually burns Flicker as well to get that final kill onto Skylar, but Skylar was still able to get out of that. But that's a 1-for-2 trade, again in favor of the White Tigers. Arashi, this should be a better setup for the White Tigers to get this Lord.
Absolutely. At this point, I'm not sure if it's even possible for RRQ to try and go in like this. Psychot is out-tanking and out-damaging the members of RRQ. The gold deficit has increased now to 8,000. RRQ on the back foot, now attempting to kind of defend. In theory, with the Aurora, AoE, and control and zoning, and with the final slash threat looming around the corner, RRQ can kind of play this out, play it kind of safe. Because even if Evos want to try and get a play, the best they can do is go for a pick-off attempt with the Kaja. Because if they go in and dive with the Netherrealm, as a lot of teams do with that Faramis, they're liable to just getting completely bursted down with the AoE. Now taking a look at some more of the items, Endless Battle completed for Annabelle. So more burst damage, and with the Thunderbolt, Radiant Armor, and a Dreadnought for Psychots, he can just stay in the front, no problem at all. But with that Sea Halberd available for Sutsujin, maybe that tankiness can be mitigated quite a bit.
Is Natko on the way to Haas, by the way?
I think he is.
Vampire Mallet?
Or a Wind of Nature, but that would not make that much sense against this magic comp. Yeah. I think it might be just the Haas Claws.
Uh-oh.
Could be used against Sutsujin, technically. But
What?
Okay. Have to seize and then Rose Gold then, maybe.
he wants that extra burst damage, definitely. Because that snipe coming through, the Sniper Elite. It doesn't land though. RRQ has defended from the waves, but this is just the beginning of their problems. 8,000 gold behind. Wishing Lantern on the Faramis. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, me neither.
There
It's a 9,000
were
gold lead, though.
changes to the Wishing Lantern though, right?
Yep. It doesn't give you as much mana any longer, but it still does a ton of damage. Max HP damage, 10% if I'm not mistaken, when you apply about 800 damage. So for Evos, especially in this position, with Clocken having the liberty, the time and space to just stay in the back and just spam the Ghost Bursters, it's going to be a nice addition to the damage output overall from the team.
By the way, Mirko, you mentioned about Skylar and Alice.
Yeah, Season 7 he was hated because he couldn't play the Alice that well.
So if they lose this,
Maybe don't play Alice. It's a tough one to pull off. I think RRQ made a lot of mistakes in the early game here. And Skylar, mainly, I think, was way too aggressive on the Alice early on.
I think so too. And the team overall were also very aggressive in roping Skylar into those fights. Sutsujin now is level 15 by all means, but everyone else is just really, really far behind. So with a 9,000 gold lead, 14 minutes, now there's a bit of a weird shift because Evos at this point, especially the leading carries, they're going to be running out their builds to get a full inventory slot. And once that happens, now they have the urgency to try and end the game, even though technically with the item swaps, that could still be a massive resource that Evos could use.
Earthshatter in the flicker. Oh my goodness, Tyrant just got eliminated. Now in the mid lane, it's Sutsujin versus Annabelle, and yes, Sutsujin just disappeared too. Two members of RRQ gone, just like that.
This is a disaster for RRQ. If they were hoping to go for a clean sweep against the White Tigers. And like you mentioned, Arashi, before, an animal that is wounded is a dangerous beast. And this is exactly what we're seeing from Evos. They pick up the Lord, they pick up the 2 kills, and that inhibitor turret falls in the top side without anything.
Without any intervention from the side of Evos. A 12,000 gold lead. Evos, the team in last place, is actually putting on the pressure against RRQ. Job's not done though. A while back, RRQ were known as the Comeback Kings. And me personally, I never felt like that nickname has really left. You know, you always have that belief that something can happen. But now, especially when they're in first place, it's more real than ever. Quick item check right here while we do have the time. Holy Crystal completed for Skylar, but he's gonna need a lot more than just that to really be able to match. And I don't think Evos are willing to give him that time as the Lord comes into their base.
Let's say Natco already sieging in the bottom lane. Won't be able to get the turret though, I think. The minute was cleared out. RRQ actually doing a good job at clearing up these waves. But there is going to be another wave coming down. RRQ Hoshi dealing with the Lord already with Skylar on the Alice. He got some really good clear on the Alice as long as he is able to get in range of the minions. Brings the flicker forward and Rins getting his passive broken, flickering out to safety. Annabelle with a jump over to Rins, but now with the top of the plate should be able to find a kill. Gets in, gets out. Another round coming down as Edog is able to jump into the back. Annabelle again showing his prowess on this lane as Natco gets the unstoppable. Dyron with the vengeance now caught by the primal wrath and brought back by the stampede. But somehow RRQ are still able to defend. 13,000 gold lead though. There's still a mini wave in the mid lane. That is all 3 base turrets taken down. Psychots with a flicker, Earthshatter, and an onward out to Sutsujin and the Divine Judgment. Evo's Glory should maybe go for the end. Now it's Skylar against the world. Everybody against them. Still able to sustain. Skylar with it going forward and the winner crowd. But it's all too late. Evo's Glory can just go straight for the base.
The White Tigers strike back, ladies and gentlemen, forcing a game at number 3. Their backs were against a corner, but their tails were not tucked between their legs. Their fangs show up here, and RRQ have to fight another day.
The early game aggression, the way they're able to bait